95 to 1,789, about 6 naira drop. So I'm excited about 6 naira drop. Don't say it's very as in 6 naira drop. Come on. Thank you, Father. Let's it's what celebrating, to be honest, is because where Nigeria is heading down the cliff so fast, and anything that can happen to slow down the economy is very welcome. But I want to say this, um, which is why I'm not very hyper about it, is that APC is having the real solution to the problem. They keep trying different solutions, and the fear is that my fear, or what happens every time they try any solution, is that the naira lost in value defeats that solution. It defeats it very well. So, I know between yesterday and today, there's been the talk about, USDT. And I'm just thinking, I was like, how can APC be so dumb? The biggest problem we have with the naira right now is multiple exchange rates. It's the fact that the banks are changing differently, while the physical BDC, which I'm going to come to, are also changing differently. And, individuals are changing differently. And some very dumb people want to create another, like, of course, people have been using, USDT and all those things, but it was not a point of focus, right? They want to create another market entirely when they know how Nigerians can be. Like, I really don't know. I'm pretty much afraid of when that the market fits what they are calling a solution is going to further make the value, the loss of value, very rapid. But it is what it is. And the truth is that I'm just going to say somebody that doesn't know you are talking about the problem. There's only one solution to Nigeria's problem. I mean, talking about economy now, especially in relation to exchange rate. There's really only one solution: is consumption to production. Every other thing you do, it's I think no matter how sophisticated, no matter how nice, it cannot. It's not a solution. It can for 1 or 2 days or 1 week. Because naturally, what will happen is that for people that have been like the market will withdraw and say, oh, something is unstable. Let's stay back and watch. And by the time they stay back for 1 or 2 days and say, okay, it's going to. You can't deny the fact that people need. First of all, we've never needed dollar ever as much as we need dollar now. Like, and I mean just normal people, not even business people now. I'm talking about people that just want to chat because Nigerians have never wanted to leave Nigeria as much as they want to do now. So the rate at which we need naira now is probably times 5 of how much we ever needed naira any other time. Needed dollar or any foreign currency any other time. So that's the first thing. Then conversely, we've never been less of an investment location, lost so much, like we've never been such in a position where we've lost so much investors, and we are so much attractive to investors and all that. So it's almost as if the demand of currency is high, supply is extremely low, right? And the only way you can solve that is to produce, so that first, maybe even if you can't control the demand, let's say you can't control people from wanting to gather, but at least you would have made the supply high enough to start to meet the demand in such a way that it is pure, very simple. So, but anyway, I just look at these things and I'm like, it's very, I really don't know what's happening. But for what, we are talking about today, straight up topic, like Madam said, for the northern business, I say it every time. I think I took it from CISO. Uh, if there's one thing that, aside suffering, if there's one thing that we are all equal in, is the fact that Tinubu and APC is all of us equally. If you are here and you think you are a northerner and you think, oh, because it sounds as if APC is a northern party and you think they like you must be very dumb. If you're also here and you think, oh, you're a southerner and you think because the Tinubu is from the south, maybe the south or southwest, or the Shah, you may just think Tinubu is from the south, and maybe your mind is telling you that, oh, he's doing, he's choking his hands for foreign people. He's trying to put his hands in the eyes of the northern people, and you feel like, yes, 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 it means he loves us. We are equally. Tinubu hates all of us equally. Like, he doesn't like all of us the same way. That's just the fact. So um, I'm not surprised. I just really hope that our northern brothers see it, or I mean, I think some of them have seen it and know that, and it's just very sad, right? Especially when you just oppose it in your head, like you try to imagine what he's doing to the north now, and you just oppose it. How many times? I know there was a video circulating the other day of how many times people have been saying the north is in your vast land is the north, everything is the north, everything the vast land is the north. So when you just oppose someone that was hell bent on developing the country based on the north, and for those of us that know what agriculture is, we know. I mean, we know that if agriculture is managed very well, you know what it can ask Netherlands, right? So I'm like, if I was, an average person from the north and I didn't support Peter Obi and seeing what is happening now, I'm probably going to be in depression because I'm just going to be thinking in my head, how on earth did I get played enough to ignore someone that wanted to make me his number one bride, literally flaunt me everywhere he went and settle for someone who is hell bent on destroying me. So, but that would me giving benefit of doubt to these people that they are very. I think my only comfort is that they're very few. So it's just that they are very bad, very stupid. Their stupidity is so loud. So when you see them, because of the loudness of their stupidity, you think they are very many. So, but it's just quite sad to think that we have some people among us. For APC and terrorism, I've said this every time. APC is a real terrorist party. I don't know. APC is a terrorist organization. When I saw their mass in Nigeria thing, I mean, I think we should all be concerned. I don't. The real implication of that have not started. It just happened 2 days ago, right? Or 2 days, and probably are still in Nigeria. So I know people will probably try to say this is really not banter, right? This is not banter. So I'm moving just to show you that it's not banter. I'm willing enough to give the benefit of that to APC that they were not the ones that invited Hamas. Let me be very nice. So you don't think, oh, this person doesn't just like it. He's trying to tell you. But even if see even countries that are pro-Palestine, countries that are, just saying no, they don't like what Israel is doing, voicing it. Even those countries avoid Hamas coming to their country. Even those countries. So the highest to get those countries to is they talk about it from the perspective of the people of Palestine. They avoid talking about it as Hamas. I don't know. So to think that we have so much dumb people in power, just to give them benefit of that they were not involved, they were not the ones that invited them, but that because they were so much of terrorist sympathizers that like begets like, right? To the extent that Hamas terrorist organization felt like, we got our bros in Nigeria in power, it would be a safe haven for us to go and talk. And they found their way to Nigeria. APC is a terrorist. Some people don't know. I've said it. I said it before 2015 election. I told people that if when Buhari wins the presidency, Boko Haram was going to default reduce. He doesn't need to do anything. They were going to reduce. Why? Because APC were the ones. I was telling someone recently that till date, I think it's not an APC. But you see Atiku, you see Tinubu, and their feed boy, Erufai. You see those kind of people, those guys. I'm just mentioning the first. I don't want to mention. There are so many, and those guys, they are all. I don't know if I say influencers, terrorist influencers. Okay, no, what they call it, what's is an terrorist influencer. But those guys are like terrorist godfathers. Yeah. So it's what we have in Nigeria. The implication of Hamas. Why what happened yesterday now, which is what will bring it to the last um Abure and LP and that entire mess. Um, it's why what happened yesterday kind of. I thought yesterday the conversation would pretty much be about Hamas in Nigeria. So of course, the whole storm to Abure happened, and that became a huge kick and rightly so. I'm just going to say this. Um, so, like I said, just like you don't play the very nice stuff because I also don't want to be at this of sounding like, oh, let's condone corruption. The truth is that if you just realize today or recently that Labour Party has elements of corruption, even up to the highest hierarchy, then you must be really politically naive. Really, as in that would be naivety because the truth is that I say this every time. Labour Party is really no different from the APC PDP. Labour Party is like every of those parties, right? Or was like every of those parties until they had a Peter. The only thing that makes Labour Party different from any other party, before now in Nigeria, we only had PDP and APC, then we have every other parties that are either under PDP, that, they are sub PDP or sub APC. That's what we had. So, Sowore, for example, is ALC, belongs to PDP. I personally think it was the party they initially registered. They mistakenly removed the P and put A. And I said, oh, it's not APC wanted to say it's not AAC. Okay, just give it to Sowore and, change it, open another one, call it is APC that we said. I mean, I kind of just imagine that's what happened in my head. I'm not saying that's a fact. But that's what has always happened. So Labour Party was no different. So people that are in this party, what they are used to is collect money from, their big party sponsors and try to just play to the scene or something. So when Peter Obi came in, and I think one mistake we get to make every time, Peter Obi is the kind of politician that comes once in a lifetime. You can never have. I don't think we have another Peter Obi in our generation. I'm telling you honestly. The only reason, one of the major reasons I wanted Peter Obi to win that election so badly is because I felt like it would be a very good opportunity for us to have so many other Peter Obis. Don't get this wrong. So I'm not saying there's nobody as good, there's nobody as principal as Peter Obi. What I mean is that in the political scene, there is no Peter Obi anywhere. No day two. There is no. This is not idol worship. This I'm telling you for a fact. What I was hoping would happen after the 2023 election was that more good people like him that are not in politics, or people that are even better than him, right, that are not in politics, we see how he became president and be like, wow, so it's possible for you to be principled and be good and become a politician, and Nigerians will support you this much and get you to win. I'm getting into politics. So what would have happened if INEC had not got into this way? I used to say this every time. People don't know the ripple effect, so many ripple effects of what INEC did. For me, the ripple effect of what INEC did is way beyond election. It's way beyond Peter Obi becoming president. It is the huge trampling on something that would have been the rising of Nigeria as a country. Because what would have happened is that you see some of all these principled people all over the streets of Nigeria working hard, some people that have established themselves without soiling their hands, good people, but they don't just want to get involved in politics because they think it's too dirty. They would have seen a Peter Obi and said, wow, it works, I'm going to get him. So we would have had more influx of principled, good people like him now coming into politics. But as of now, we only have a Peter Obi. So it's very difficult if you think you are going to see someone like Peter Obi. So, the fact that Abure works with a Peter Obi does not mean he becomes a saint. Abure can be a co-criminal. I would think, to be honest, that the fact that he was able to even try to control it enough, because when you're in this position, those guys, do you know how much Tinubu, all this Tinubu article want to offer you to sabotage your team and all that? And it's very crazy. Saddam says it every time, like even on violent space here, just hosting space. No, imagine just hosting space on Twitter. How they came after Saddam and NCs at the time, and the violent space thing basically to say we are going to pay you this much for you people to be silent. Just hosting space on Twitter. So you can imagine being the leader of a political party. I knew it was always going to be difficult. So my point is that Abure is, I've never, maybe that's why I'm not, really moved. I've never expected him to be a saint. I think he's corrupt. How corrupt he is, I don't want to quantify corruption, but I want us to just be very wise in how we approach this. Because I think APC is playing a very crazy game where, can drag Wike from now to tomorrow. APC will not do Wike anything. But if we drag somebody else, APC is going to pick. They're going to feel like, oh, okay, like there are people now. They don't know. If we will pick themselves, they will even compliment us and all that. So let's just be very careful, right? Not to play into the games of APC. That's how I put it. Why we outrightly let it be known, obedience is the only force of good in Nigeria. So once we notice corruption, we see evil, we are going to call it out. But you cannot also use us in your game to subdue, opposition. So that's how, we should have it in our head. Because I think one thing that was disturbing for me yesterday was coming on the timeline and seeing some people. It's almost as if people were excited initially that almost as if it was almost going to commend APC or the government for arresting him. Like, I don't understand. This is not smart. Like, this is like literally trampling on, the opposition. We will deal with Abure ourselves, right? And by the time whoever he stole money from takes him to court, charge him, and want to arrest him, can arrest him. But you are not going to come and oppress and intimidate the only viable opposition because you think, oh, there are people or his own people are already against him. You are going to lie. You will fail. It will not work. So for me, I think let's just be very careful. Basically, I think that's how best I can put it. But on that note, I think I'll just round up and hand over back to Saddam. I think Jimmy has fallen. Saddam, over to you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Wonderful submission. People are already, my dear, asking me, Saddam, won't we talk about Remi TInubu and that they declared that they should kill her? I say, okay, I want to kill her. I don't know. But you people know. I heard that they have declared Fatwa on her head. That Remi TInubu is a whatever. But we're getting to that point whereby Nigerians will understand all these things, For me, I keep saying it all the time that you see religion. And this is coming from someone that is very, very spiritual. So you don't even play with me, man. I do not underestimate the power of God. I understand God, how God operates in my life. I'm a testimony that there's a God. But I also understand how religion has been used to manipulate our people. Both sides of the aisle. Why one side are doing it for personal security and enrichment of themselves, the other side are doing it for political enrichment of themselves. And you see them with followership. So you see somebody can boldly come out and say, and have it on record, that the wife of the illegitimate, she's an illegitimate first lady, so I don't even bother first. The name she's answering is not her name. She's occupying a different woman's position. Maybe that's what gave that guy the guts. One of those from that angle, it's just not that the spirit just hit me now and say, are you sure this guy is not seeing what people haven't seen? You know she's illegitimate. She's not who she is. She claims to be. So you can say they should do her anyhow. But where I am coming from is the silence of the children of the roasted corn. They are so silent. They don't say anything. Same way our northern brothers are quiet. Tinubu is attacking their businesses. They're quiet. If it is the one that we saw when OT went to demolish market of where they discovered human heads. People were being killed. A market that was a butcher slaughterhouse for kidnappers. When he dismantled that market and relocated the people, don't be saying he relocated them to a new place. We saw the outcry. Oh, OT. Remember the propaganda during the elections that Peter Obi destroyed mosques. Can you guys, people forget too quick. Some of us don't forget too. Oh, Peter Obi destroyed mosques during in Onitsha. All a lie, yo. All a lie. Our Muslim brothers in Onitsha came out and said, our Muslim men in the Muslim community in Onitsha said it's a lie. Instead, it happened during the last administration. Instead, Peter Obi helped build a mosque and instead he celebrated Salah with them. He support them and sent many of them personally to Mecca. But he does not make noise about all these things. We saw the outcry. But now, the two sides of the coin are silent. Tinubu is attacking northern businesses. The northerners are silent. They have declared Fatwa. They have declared that death to Remi TInubu. Tinubu wife must die. Tinubu wife must die. If they will record this thing and go and say it, is Saddam said it too. It's not me that said it too. I'm just paraphrasing what somebody said. And he is in Nigeria working with no problems, no DSS. DSS have lost their number. DSS have forgotten how to work. A man came out and said the wife of the illegitimate president must die. And there is no noise from her supporters. We see hypocrisy and we call hypocrisy out. Until we kill hypocrisy in this country, hypocrisy will kill us. Guys, let's have an amazing conversation today. I see all of you. Those have been questioning. I don't know if the space is the last space we had was all messed up. People were falling off and falling back. I don't know whether it's doing the same thing like last time. Please, if the reception is good from your side, let me know in the comment section. If it is bad, I will advise you please switch. If you have a laptop, switch to your laptop and join the conversation. And also because Twitter has limited characters for their titles, we could not add Remi TInubu. If you come up here and you feel like you want to talk about Remi TInubu, Fatwa or Remi TInubu, please come up here and talk about it. Fatwa. They say death to Remi TInubu, death to Remi TInubu. If any person talk this thing now, as the man talk about, they don't go arrest them. What the Urefi brother say? What the Urefi reported what was reported on social media. His brother was arrested. But we are dealing with two cowardly behavior from both sides. That is why Tinubu is attacking their business. They're quiet. That's why they're declaring death on Tinubu's wife. They're quiet. We will stay at the fence and we'll be telling them, see you, we can smell it. So wahala. Welcome to the Violence Space, brothers and sisters. This is that space where we speak it. We say it as it is. We don't care how you feel. We'll tell you because the truth is bitter. Thank you. Well, let me pass the back to you. I think you did a better job in bringing up our speakers and, I'm shaping the space. Let's have the conversation going on. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Saddam. And thanks to everybody again for joining. I think Jimmy got busy.
Well, please, I want to ask you a question. Please. Did you watch that video of death to Tinubu?
Oh God, I watched the video, but I think the version I watched was, of course, I think it was in Hausa, so I didn't really. But of course, the person that wrote it wrote what was said or wrote what was said. People die now. Not many people die for Plateau. I don't know. I need to happen. I know that is not it's not my forte. It's not my area of strength. I mean, I could save from dying or getting killed. I'll save those that were dying in Plateau. People, I'll save those that were killed in Plateau. I couldn't save them. How can I save Remi? Anyway, thank you very much. So we are just going to go ahead. But let me quickly say this. I think Saddam already mentioned the Nadeko space of Saturday. On Sunday is February 25th, right? And it is the 1 year. I don't want to say it's not an anniversary. The 1 year remembrance of the death of Nigeria's democracy, because that's the day democracy started dying. Like before, it died on March 1st, finally, and judiciary decided to bury it around September 26th. Then, Supreme Court covered it around October, covered the grave for life. So on Sunday, of course, we already know the first thing. Please, if you can, make videos of when you are sweating. Thank God it's on Sunday. If now say you go church, they raise prayer point, you turn out to Yakubu Mahmoud prayer point is good. If you are at home, it's good. If you are a native, anything you have, anything you believe in, if you can make a video of yourself doing it, please do it. If you can, any way you want to do it, I don't want to limit you. Make sure that it is well known. Let Yakubu Mahmoud feel it. Make him feel it. So that he go to play the video that day.
But this say make una born in picture, not me. Me may not be about one to paraphrase. When me
talk about comment section and I say I to it when they say with everybody say I if you agree. Me, I say I. And see, there is nothing that is too extreme. There's nothing that you do that is too extreme because
nothing is too extreme. Print the picture, print it and burn it. Nothing will happen.
So please, in fact, I know why they say please. That day, we are going to make sure that the world knows or hears that. Let the conversation that day be entirely about how the election was robbed, and not just that day. Running through the week till March 1st, which is in fact from Sunday and throughout the whole of next week. It's going to be quite a tough week for for as many of us. That I know there will be points where I have been remembering different points. But as of this time last year, we were already talking about. We are doing spaces on how to vote, what you should do. Don't go home. Go to a collation center. That's what we're doing as of this time last year, right? We're on space. We're talking. A lot was happening. Some of us weren't sleeping. One MMC had like a marathon space. I remember people did a lot of things. So remember the good people and also make sure you swear for the bad people that did all that. I think on Sunday, if one MFC can, we'll be hosting a space, but I'm not guaranteeing it. But just watch out for that. We'll most likely host a space on one MMC to give people an opportunity to talk about it. Talk about what happened. All right. Okay, Mommy B, let's have you. After Mommy B, I'll come to Pastor Jacob. It's been a long time I've known from you, so I'll come straight to Pastor Jacob after Mommy B. Then we'll take it from there.
Good evening. Thank you. Emir Saddam, everyone on the space. Good evening from my side. Gosh, there's a lot in all those topics, so I'm not really going to go into it other than to say, from my side, Naira pound is being exchanged for 2,200 Naira. I dare say by the weekend, we're looking at 2,300. It did go up to 2,300 yesterday, and then it came down. But with these things, because they're kind of just trying to manipulate the market, it doesn't work. At the end of the day, market forces with market forces. If there's not enough supply and the demand is outstripping supply, economics 101, it'll go back up again. So yeah, that's that. You see, Remi TInubu. I saw that video. I saw Zari kindly said what they were saying, and I was like, you know what? It not concern me. It not concern me. And the reason why it not concern me is where
Sorry,
they
can
were
anybody hear
using
Mommy
the
B, please? I can't.
Yes, we can hear, but maybe I'll just drop you, then you request immediately. Go ahead, Mama B.
Okay.
The reason why it don't concern me is, if you think about it, right? They use religion to con the North, and now the Muslim North are not speaking. What concern me concern them? I beg. If the Yoruba influencers are also known as APC Southwest, cannot open their mouths and say whatever. What it concern me? Why would I say anything? I bet let us move from that. As for Abure, I mean, I have been, privy to information for months and months where, there's evidence of, these financial, inappropriate financial management and corruption and whatnot. And rightly, I mean, the way, the right way would have been, right, for the executive, whatever they're called, to suspend him and to have a proper audit of the Labour Party accounts, but they didn't do that. Instead, they did the normal Niger way. And let's be honest with ourselves. At the end of the day, if you're saying you're obedient, and you know that one hallmark of it is accountability, right? And every time we ask for accountability, and I go just rush in, there be support, is APC, is this, is that, and whatnot. It's like, at the end of the day, do what is right first, right? If at the end of that audit, it is shown that the man not steal money, everything back, maybe the suspension will end. But no. And the thing is, we always go and we muddy the waters and not realizing that what we're doing, what most political parties would do, right? Instead of charting a new course, right? You can't have people be in a political party, right, and be doing that mess. Because if today they accuse Peter Obi of anything, Peter Obi will submit himself to any audit. Right, when they said he didn't pay tax, the man packed all his tax certificate thing they gave him. He took it by himself. They never call him then. He took it by himself, even the one they did not ask for. He carried it and went there. So I don't understand us. Right, we need to be clear. Yes, am I saying that there's nothing going on with APC trying to? Of course there is, right? But how do we ignore these accusations, right? And keep on, because that's how we let our politicians get away with bullshit, right? If what Peter Man had put out there, right, if there's an element of truth to it, we should be really demanding. I mean, you see the murder charge and whatnot and what have you. I can't speak to that, because obviously the former youth person, who we know is a APC youth, is behind that. But you see the money one, we as obedience should be saying, okay, we want accountability, we want transparency. We want to know if any of these allegations are true or not. We do not want an internal auditor. We want an external one, like we've been saying, right? Subject the Labour Party account to an audit, right? And then at least that part of it will have been resolved. The rest of it, I don't know. Because left to me, my own focus has always been on strengthen the obedient movement, right? All the work we did, forget Labour Party. Now they push them. Now they do everything for them during that election. Unless we don't want to be honest with ourselves, right? We know how much we put in our support groups, right? And how much work those groups did, right? So how about we formalize, right? All of that good work, formalize it and make sure that us as obedient movement, if we decide to move anywhere, say go they catch anybody. Because if Labour Party is not allowing us to move in and change things so that they are not the run of the mill political party that they've always been, right, then we would have to look at what other options are available to us. So let us not go, because it's like saying that because you put money into a certain venture, right? That venture has already shown you red flags here, left, right, and center. You've lost a little bit, and then somebody is now advising you to continue putting into it until it now goes, and then you'll be now saying that, okay, before I lost 30% of whatever I have, now I've lost everything. Come on, we can't send good money after bad, right? We have, yes, we spent money in it, but if they are not ready to change, then it is time for us to look at what our options are going forward. And as for not turn business, I beg, concern me. I beg, I yield. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you very much, Moribi. Thank you for that very, very good submission, actually. All right, quickly, I'll go straight to Pastor Jacob. After Pastor Jacob, I'll come to Gaboni. Ari, I see you. I don't know, but I don't know if Fabi, you're free to speak now. So, but maybe if you are free to speak, could just raise your hand so that I'll be sure.
Sorry, can I go down and you bring me up? I think I have connection issues. Couldn't hear Mommy B.
But can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Pastor Jacob, please go ahead.
Good evening, well, many Nigerian. Good evening, our coordinator, our prophet, our Emir. Good evening, everyone. I'm here, and then everybody, Ari, everyone here, Jimmy, I see Magnific did too. It's been a while, although I do, there was a time that I had some network issues. That's why I couldn't really be here. But I thank God.
You, Daddy. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I really am glad, and I'm always, happy being here and listening and getting the strength and the vibes and the energy. One thing I personally want to, commend this evening is the fact that we did not just abandon the movement and the vision. It's actually a vision, the vision to see a new, Nigeria, which is possible. And despite all that has happened, I still believe that those who are obedient and who have that heart, after the order of our principal Peter Obi, will definitely stay around and do what is right. At my age, I still feel that, my age group have really messed up a lot of things in the fact that we were taught when we were growing up and the way Nigeria was, in fact, the family name, your name, you always walk, and guide it. But then today, what we approve is corruption, embezzlement, call it any name you can. Nigeria has so much, but see what is happening. APC, I want to just talk about, APC and terrorism. What is happening, in fact, is what the things, those are part of the things we saw and we had to be obedient to fight against. But today, see what they are doing. It has caused a lot of, terrible hunger and hardship, the killings and everything. But then it's become a norm. No one is saying anything. I'm so sorry too that in our parlance, the Christian faith, I personally have a grudge with PFN and CAN, and those leaders who should use their platform to really speak against what is going on. This is not a question of defending Christianity, but when something is bad, is bad. That is the reason, like what Auntie Mami Bolanle said, obedience, we must be, it's not just the winning. Peter Obi has said it, his lifetime ambition is not to be president. He doesn't have a lifetime ambition to be president, but he has a lifetime ambition or passion to see Nigeria work. That is the truth. A true obedient would not want to associate with what is evil. So whenever it is not in line with our 4 C's or even 5, competence, character, commitment, if capacity, if it's not going along that line, it is not obedient. So obedient will not be identified with that. TInubu and APC are really causing havoc to Nigeria. Terrorism is what they sponsor, is what they identify with. And that is why Hamas could come and in a national TV, they could speak in that manner without being arrested. Imagine pastors who just preached a message. Have we forgotten during elections? One has been sentenced, and then others are in incarceration. So what is happening to this one, to the cleric who has spoken that the first lady should be killed? I mean, even if it is just to show off, try to arrest and let's see that you are doing something. These people support wickedness. They have to really be handled. Nigerians, we must stand. Obedience, we must stand. Let us not be afraid. Some of us talking, it's not because, this one is getting older, so he's about to die. That's why he's supporting. No, whether you are young or not, it is not a matter of age. Methuselah lived for 969 years. He died. Enoch, 300 years, and he made impact. So at your age, so long as you are obedient, so long as you want a new and better Nigeria, we must stand against these people. That is my, cancer. And is the reason I'm glad that this movement is still on and violence is coming back. In fact, it was the best thing that happened because I was expecting, one crew, those ones, what the purpose it was for. But then at the end, when violence really came back, I've been glad and I'm enjoying it. I trust that we are going to have, the last laugh, no matter what. What is happening is good in a way. And I thank God I joined this movement. I did what I could. Because everyone, I tell you, even I checked over the past 2 weeks, or this month alone, the people you see crying are those who supported this evil, right? We are all been affected, but one way or the other, I see God, doing things for us. And a true obedient will always have one form of, blessing or the other in your little job, and even some obedience coming for you even without knowing. So it's been awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's been awesome. Just thank God. God bless us
Thank
all.
you.
We are
Thank
praying.
you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Pastor Jacob. Thank you very much. It's actually very, very, very soothing to hear your voice. None is missing except the sound of petition. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, quickly, I know I said Gaboni, but I think Engineer Vince is actually on a timeline now, so I'll come to Engineer Vince and I'll go back to Gaboni and we'll take it from there. Engineer Vince, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Saddam. Thank you and Happy New Year. It's been a while, Thank you, Obedient family. Happy New Year to you all. If we haven't greeted, yes, there are multidimensional issues in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria as a country is giving people information overload, in the sense that you will not digest one, and there's another one, and there's another one. So it's not by mistake. It was deliberate to keep bamboozling and confusing Nigerian people. Now, let me start from the beginning. Talk about the issues in Nigeria today. There's one thing I want to say here, and it's something I've always said also in a forum here in the United States, that the problem we are having will never end. And the reason is, one, that Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a entity through which many countries come to their country. It's a geographical identity. It's not a country, as in a country. Now, what do I mean by that? We have the Ijaw nation, we have the Hausa Fulani, we have the Kanuris. If we have the middle belt people who don't even want to be associated with the north, then we have the south, we have the south-south, we have the balkanization of the south and to produce south and southeast, then we have southwest. So anytime we talk about issue that has to do with Nigeria, the first thing is the interest of which people. Asari Dokubo came around and talked about, instead of talking about the way TInubu is steering the country that is not favoring anybody, said Ijaw people. What are we having now? Hausa people. outside interest. During Buhari, what do we have? 95 versus 5%. So these are statistics to show you that in a country, a place that calls themselves a country, that functions as a country, you don't come with regional interest, you come with the national interest. That's one. Now, secondly, is that, can anybody tell me something that has Nigeria on it that survived? Nigeria Airways, where is it today? NIPOS, where is it today? Nitel, where is it today? Nigeria Railway, where is it today? In fact, there is one that was quite dear to my heart, was the Ascon Aluminium Smelting Company that was built by IBB in a place called Ikorobasi in Akwa Ibom State. Where is Ascon now? And so forth and so on. Where is NMPC? Why is it not working? EPCL, all those things were sold. And so forth and so on. So what I'm telling us here is that for us to summon courage to solve this problem, we must have a country. But unfortunately, any interest that has to do with Nigeria, where Nigerian people will be sustainable. What about Jakarta Steel, who started, I think, 1970 something? People who started that contract today, their grandchildren are the ones that is building it here. It is never worked. So what I'm saying in essence is the statistics is there. I can go on and on and on. Now let's come to Tinubu. Tinubu came to power, compromised. In fact, we had nothing here in the United States. There was a speaker that was just ousted from the United States House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy. He came to power. His only ambition was to be a speaker. He did everything he could to become a speaker, including tying his own hands. At the end of the day, what happened? He ran away from it. It's not sustainable. So Tinubu made a lot of compromise that is quite unsustainable. So anybody that is expecting anything from Tinubu, we should be fair to him. The man came out and said he will continue from where Buhari stopped. He never promised to do anything other than continue from where Buhari stopped. And true to his word, he's continued to from where Buhari stopped. So what are we going to hold the man against? Nothing. For me, I have nothing against him. And then another thing is, before the election, Saddam and I don't agree on one thing. When I always come to the space and tell us that the problem we have was the electorate. But after this election, I have a soft spot for Nigerian people. One is that Nigerians never voted. Some Nigerians voted for Tinubu, but Tinubu never won the election. QED. Now, the problem we are having, we come down to, I'm just going to run through this so I don't hog the mic. We come down to the Obedient Movement and Labour Party. Before now, when you incorporate a company or association, organization, you have your vision and mission. What was the mission of Labour Party in the first place? Labour Party was not built to win election. Labour Party was built to be an arm of other political parties. For instance, in Abia State, Labour Party was an arm of PDP. In Delta State, it was ANPP, then APC now. In Lagos State, they are APC, and so forth and so on. So when we, the Obedient, when we formed this almighty Obedient family, we landed on Labour Party. Labour Party was not ready. Labour Party was not ready to accept the Nigeria that we were bringing in. We were coming in with Nigeria, not a Labour Party's modus operandi. When we landed in Labour Party, they had 3-bedroom flats as their office. I hear you. Just let me round up. So when we landed in Labour Party, we had 3-bedroom flat in Abuja as their national office. What happened? Some of us worked under the curtain to make sure that we had that national headquarters we have, and so forth and so on. And we knew the frustration we met along the way. So in summation is this: what do we do? I don't want to talk about the Remi TInubu thing. To me, is quite inconsequential. They know what they got themselves into, and they will bear the brunt. But as a Obedient family, what do we do going forward? Now we have built a platform. We have to give that platform a direction. We will come to you on that. I had a space a few days ago. We had almost 4,000 people. We talked about Abure, his personality, and those who knew him. I explained my encounter with him, and so the vehicle of Labour Party. Are we really going to take this as a vehicle to lead us to where we're going? I doubt. Can we do something about it? Yes, we can do something about it. So we can have
Yes.
we can have a contingency plan, plan A, plan B, plan C. What do we do going forward? Obedient movement. Where are we? How many are we? So we are working on something, and which at the end of the day, we all will be able to come together to decide on how to move about this. I have a lot to say, but let me stop for now, and then perhaps I might be given an opportunity to come back again. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Engineer Vince. That was I mean, I really agree with a lot of the points you made, and we need to. It's something that we need to be intentional about doing. Thank you very much. The only thing is that I don't know why they did not give you a director of federal housing in Abia State, since giving people.
You see, that's the thing. I didn't want anything. When we started the obedient movement, I said I'm done with politics, and that's it. I'm done.
Anyway,
I'm done.
Thank you very much. I mean, for people that do not know, I'm sure you heard. I'm sure you can see his name. So that's to tell you, the kind of people in the obedient movement. Everybody wanted national, and people that want Nigeria to be better, not really for themselves. I'm sure Engineer Vince could have just said, Omo, let me pack my things and go to Abia State and just, see if I can tap a little bit. But of course, the governor, they look anybody face, and he too is not. Engineer Vin is also not interested. All right, quickly, I'll just go straight to Gaboni. After which I'll come to Adun. Adun is a lady, so let's take a lady. Then after Adun, I'll see if Ari is ready to speak, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, thank you, well-meaning. Saddam, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're spacing from. Now, let me take it from the first topic here. TInubu attacks northern business. Personally, I am really, really happy for what is going on between TInubu and the North right now. When he attacked them, they attack him. So I believe this is an ACN CPC fight, and I'm going to buy a truckload of popcorn, to watch it and see how everything's going to unfold, because more fights are coming. You see these imams spewing these things, they spew about this was saying they should kill TInubu wife or blah blah blah. More will still come, because it is now, there's a battle line that is being drawn underneath between ACN and CPC, and I am so happy, and I want that fight to continue. The North, we see Shege, because it seems that the northern elite, to me, it seems that their hate for the Igbos is important to them than good for themselves. It is better that, it seems that it is better that they remain underdeveloped, remain poor, than for the Igbos, to be anything. I'm talking about most of the northern elites, because by their actions and their inactions, they've shown this, that they have deep roots hatred for the Southeasterners. And even if it means that they don't develop, so far the Southeasterners don't come to the seat of power, they are good to go. And I wonder why that lady was crying, that why are the Igbos not saying anything, that if they want to go, they should go. They are looking for who will bail the cat for them, or who will be a bait. And I'm really happy for how things are going between them and TInubu. More will come, more scenarios will come, more film will come. We will not even see any film safe. And I pray for that division and that confusion, because that confusion is going to continue to be their downfall. The fact, now to the second topic, the fact that Hamas leader, one of the Hamas leaders, came to Nigeria, it's something that is scary, and it is a big issue, but we seem not to understand the gravity of what that is. It is not possible that the federal government, does not know that the Hamas leader is here. In fact, I believe they invited him, and they asked him to go on media rounds. The same group that was being proscribed. On what grounds? On what grounds are you bringing the Hamas leader to come and do interview in Nigeria? On what grounds? I just hope, APC is a party that, like they say, I think when in Nigeria they talk, I say is the fashion weapon. This they say no weapon fashion against us. Okay, they are the fashion weapon against Nigeria. APC is the fashion that is being weapon against Nigeria because it is from the beginning of the inception of APC that Nigeria has been declining in geometric progression. Yeah, we agree that after Obasanjo, Yaradua, good luck, there was a little decline, but it was in arithmetic progression. Those are no maths, no difference in arithmetic and geometric progression. The decline was in arithmetic progression, bit by bit, but APC came and completely crashed this to the ground, and now it has gone to the ground. Tinubu brought this country to the ground. Tinubu is not in the country underground. For those that might have gone to that have seen the London the underground in the underground tunnel in London, that like it's three step down. It's taking us down. Now, for the country to start going up, what P2B wanted to do was to sustain the country at that down level and start building it up. But now they're not taking it under the ground, deep. Now, anybody that's coming, they have to first of all take it to the normal level first before thinking of bringing it up. See, Nigerians, more wahala is coming because these people have completely no clue of what to do. This country is in deep shit. This country is in deep mess. APC is bent on destroying this country, and that's what they are doing. Please brace up, help as much people you can. As for Abure, there's one of the spaces after the election, there's a comment Abure made that making me start suspecting that this person does not actually mean well for Peter Obi. There's a statement he made when we're talking about the litigations, after the election, when we're talking about the litigation, he made a statement about, the statement, the demeanor he was portraying was that we should forget about everything and plan for the next election. Somebody shunned him on that space. Somebody that will say that even before the litigations, there is something there's a skeleton in his cupboard. And I pray that he's been exposed for all the evil he has been doing. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gaboni. Thank you very much. I guess what you wanted to see was APC is the weapon fashion against Nigeria.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much, bro. Quickly, I'll just go straight to Adun, after which I'll check on Harry.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for the space. I'm Saddam and well-meaning. So I think I'm like Gaboni in this situation. I have I would say I almost agree with him when we are saying that this is something that I'm glad is happening when it comes to the BDC issues going on in Nigeria. And I'm glad Peter Obi is not the one dealing with this, because they would have actually called for his head or tried to kill him or his family just for this. And I'm getting there. I'm going to tell you what happened. Something happened to me 2011. So my family and I, we wanted to travel, and we went to the bank. They approved, cash for us to take and use for our trip. Guess what? When we got there, they said there's no dollar, but they approved it and gave us less than what they approved for us. Now, another situation where we went there to get dollar and they told us that, we can come, they've approved the money. We got there, I said, there's no cash. And next thing, we saw somebody just pass and they were like, oh, come. And, virtually calling the guy to come in because they have his cash waiting for him. This guy looked like one of those, I don't like calling people malam, but that's what they call them in Nigeria, right? Look like one of those malams that they give, that do like cash exchange and foreign exchange in Nigeria. Nigeria cannot operate like that because that is how they're making profit. Some of these banks, they carry this cash and they sell and they trade with it. It's not possible for an economy to exist like that, because guess what was happening? What was happening is they made it in a way that when people want to make and get cash, they make it so hard. And Buhari he increased that thing and gave favor to external BDC operators. So what they do is when people want to get cash, they make it so hard, and you have to rely on getting cash through these foreign exchange guys. Which country in the world do you want to get cash that the bank cannot give you cash? And it's not like these banks are not collecting cash from CBN. I'm not trying to exonerate CBN or TInubu or anybody like that. No. What I'm trying to say is they've made it very difficult for Nigerians. And because now it's affecting them, they're trying to fight it. And that's the crisis that we see. The problem here is a part of Nigeria greatly relies on this to excel. They need this, and like you rightly pointed out, majority of these northern elites, they're the ones that have that business. For instance, remember what happened when they were asked to turn in cash to get the new currency? The bank was hoarding this cash and selling it to rich wealthy elites. You saw a lot of people that came with boxes of cash. You're like looking at this man and you say, oh, this man is not looking like someone that will have that money. But guess what? He was bringing it in for his Oga. That's exactly how corrupt Nigerian banks have become. And they're partnering with people to destroy the economy. And that's true. Now, there's a lot that I can say on this, but I don't want to talk too much. I'll just say, if we want to fix this thing, I am with you where you say, oh, consumption to production. Yes, we need that. However, they will still manipulate this. They will still manipulate this. If we don't fix this issue of corruption, and that's something that TInubu cannot do, right? Obviously, TInubu cannot do, because for me, this chasing of BDC guys and everything is not, it's going to stop at that. Because in the first place, if you want to stop the economy from relying on BDCs, then you have to slowly transition. You don't just shut them down like that, because you're also going to have a negative impact, and what you're trying to achieve, you're not going to achieve. So what you need to do is slowly transition them, allow them to be able to get, I don't know, come up with some sort of agreement, have negotiations, try to offer them a different business and give them time to turn in this currency. Because honestly, the banks get the currency, they get the cash, and they sell it. They sell it to other people and it kills the economy. That's just what I wanted to say. So I support them chasing down, but how they are doing it, I don't appreciate the method. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that submission. So first of all, I think we should just know that the dollar that APC or the government is looking for now is not, let's get this clear, it's not dollar to be available for Nigerians that want dollar, either maybe for business or for traveling or whatever. APC is looking for the dollar that they want to steal. There's no money for them to steal. APC is not looking for, dollar to give to people. So it's quite sad. And the truth is that why the lasting solution is really becoming a producing economy, that's really like the solution. I mean, every other thing can maybe work, maybe try to steady it, but if you can have a producing economy, what will eventually happen is that the dollar itself, Nigeria will first of all less rely on the dollar, then the availability will be, of course, more generally the availability will be more instead. So let's just keep hoping. Let's keep hoping that something is done pretty fast. All right, quickly, I'll go straight to Ari. Are you there?
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah,
Boss,
let's get
good
Ari.
evening.
After Ari, I'll come to. Sorry. After Ari, I'll come to Real Jack. I know Real Jack have been jumping back and forth.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I don't just get many things I want to talk, so I'll just quick rush them for pigeon. Make everybody just feel me one time, you know. On this TInubu attacks northern business, a lot of things don't reconcile me for Nigeria right now. But no, but not but even this one, concern me because anything that will multiply the mockery of this illegitimate government, I am in for it. Like you go see me for front row. So reconcile me. Waiting concern me pass. Now the fatwa. I beg who get update, make you give me the date. Me, I go buy front row tickets for day there because these are the kind of things I like. The anything that will multiply the quarrel between ACN and CPC. You go see Harry for front row. Because I don't know about now when I they grow for Benin City, you get one legend where they say if two foul they fight, you know what you go do? You go carry broom, you go shoot for ground. After me, now me don't shoot my broom for ground since ACN and CPC carry on, more that they fight. I will always be there. Don't go play. I will always be there. for real, because we warned, we talked. Like somebody said before, people spent hours on spaces, on Twitter, on the streets, saying things. We won the election, but people will say they like money pass way forward for Nigeria. They still am. They carry and put for pockets. You get one update I see yesterday. Say some lecturers don't begin a mod. It makes sense, So that is why I am saying on the 25th of February, the way I go take, I go naked for the whole day. The swear that every hour subscription, I go to subscribe and have a more Mahmoud head like this every hour. Let everybody be prepared because it will work. I believe I'm now. It will work for real. Then let me move on to this Abure matter. A very dicey situation, like I said yesterday, but I stand with my principal, Peter Obi. Whatever he says, and he has said everything as it be for my mind. You cannot rough handle a party chairman like that. But at the same time, Oga, if dirty too much for soup, even blind man go see am. So Abure, abeg, you cannot disgrace us. Because say we want enter your motor, you won't go to do anyhow. So abeg, no na settle na things. I would like to repeat it. Anybody wey no clear for ear, may know say obedience no be Labour Party. We are two separate things. So please, make nobody they mistake us for Labour Party. Anybody will misbehave, we go carry you, come out, will drag you and wash your dirtiness outside. That is what we have chosen to do to achieve the Nigeria of our dreams. So anybody will be say won't stand for our way, just be prepared. It's either you get us down, we get you down. A two-way equation, no draw. This match now winning. Either you win or I win. No draw for this game. You understand? So that's all I have to say. Have a nice evening, everybody.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Harry. I think that phrase, obedience is not Labour Parties, I've never been more relevant than this time. It's very, I think, I was saying it on the platform today that, what's it called now? So I just said as election this year, right? Personally, I don't have any. I know we need to get it right in Edo State this election. I've seen some candidates flaunt themselves. I've seen, I've seen things, Sha, and I'm very skeptical, even for the best set of. I'm a very skeptical person. For Peter Obi to convince someone like me is must have been a very big deal. So I was telling some people today that I hope people are not thinking when they say Edo is the headquarters of the obedient movement, they are not mistaking it for Edo is the headquarters of obedient LP movement. It's not. So I'm saying it ahead. I don't know who will win Edo State election, right? I'm hoping, seriously, like I was telling some people today, I said, I'm hoping the LP does the right thing. Because for me, I really want the next governor of Edo State to be someone that can confide in Peter Obi, to be a Peter Obi confidant. So that even since I know if you get the APC did not allow me get Peter Obi nationally, at least let me get a near Peter Obi in my state. Someone that she has Abia state day now. If what to do anyhow, Obi there if you just cry. Peter Obi, if you not comment, if you not carry phone call, what to say, I beg. These people I beg. I know what made it this, I beg. So if I can get someone like that in Edo State that can confide in Peter Obi, I'll be very happy. But at the same time, I'm not counting on it to. So make some people not can say, we thought Edo State. I'm not gonna lie you. To be honest with you, make a whisper now. Probably up to 30% of obedience for Edo State, they fed already the PDP. I'm sure you knew of some of them that were even going from TV to TV. They were PDP. In fact, I'm going to call his name. Obedo Ifali Isibo that went to debate. He went to debate on behalf of Peter Obi when they did one youth debate. He's a PDP member. So he remained in his party, made it clear, but said he's an obedient. So there are many like that. So let's know that dividing line between when they say Edo is obedient headquarters, Edo is not obedient LP headquarters. You never show for LP. If LP do anyhow, me I just watch 3D. All right. Real Jack, let's have you. After Real Jack, I'll come to call me Lexi.
Okay, thank you, Women, Emir Sadan, and all the obedient anti-Bolanle. Okay, I want to make a contribution. It's very, very pitiable and appalling how the leader is attacking another business, because what he's basically doing has nothing to the inflation or the crisis in foreign currency has nothing to do with the Burundi. The policy is very, very important, like women have just said. If you cannot address import and export in the economy, buying and selling, you are just wasting your time. You can arrest everybody. It's not going to change anything. That is just the truth. And again, for some of us that do not know, the man they made the CBN governor has handled 2 banks that were liquidated. So he has nothing to offer. Sorry that bank were liquidated under him. You made him a central bank governor. It's just more or less like using a doctor in place of mechanic. Are you expecting any results? The answer is no. In case they don't know what I don't.
Not go away. It's not like getting a doctor that all the patients he has treated before have died.
Exactly. So were you expecting any result in the first place? The answer is no. So he must have to put the round peg in a round hole for it to fit in. If not, if you are saying the people I want to bring, they are my own cabal, my boys, to occupy the position, you are worsening the economy. And when there is crisis in foreign currency, it affects both importation and everything you do. So it will therefore trigger inflation. Even those that are salary earners, middle income earners, they also face the same thing. So as long as there is crisis in foreign currency, the FCY is affecting every facet of the economy. At the same time, you say they move subsidy. At the same time, you say you want to increase the electricity tariff. At the same time, the police just made an announcement. They just brought back the tinted permit again. At every point in time, they are extorting Nigeria. You are dying, you are crying. They are inflicting more wound and injury upon what you are going through. So there is basically nothing you are going to do rather than saying remove this administration entirely. Okay, go on. They invited go on, the criminal go on. He went to that Sodok and saw them. What did he tell them at the end of the day? He was addressing Nigeria. He said, should not mind, the TInubu should not mind Nigeria. That he should not mind their criticism. That he started a civil war. They criticized him and he succeeded. Imagine people like this, what they are going to offer to you. And he was proud to tell you that he started a civil war where millions died and he succeeded. This was basically after he has gone for Abure Accord or whatsoever and came back and reneged because of the same Western interest, and he killed millions of people. And he's proud today that he caused a problem that middle belt are being slaughtered, and he's still among the criminals that are deciding how Nigeria should be run. The people that forced the military constitution on Nigeria, that Nigeria never legislated on, that they never had any plebiscite to decide that this constitution should govern Nigeria. And they force it. They force it on Nigeria till today. We are suffering. They never address the issue and the problem. Every day they're compounding the problem. Now, having said that, coming to the area of terrorism, you and I know that APC is a terrorist organization ab initio. There's no 2 ways about it. The so-called vice president told you that he's going to handle the security aspect. Don't you know that he was the one? He's the one inviting the terrorists into Nigeria. Hamas that has issue they are dealing with. Even Egypt, they are close. The close country to them could not bring them in. They could not go to UAE or to Arabic or to any of the country because there are issue that has to do with terrorism. Yes, why we are saying what is happening? Okay, let's see if we can get two-state resolution for Palestine and Israel. But when you're talking about Hamas, we are talking about terrorism. Now, conclusively, on the area of obedience and Labour Party, it is my candid belief that corruption is bridled in the Labour Party. And before now, we have been calling for reshufflement and reformation. I still want to use this medium to say that a Congress should be conducted, and all the people who are leaders in Labour Party should step down and the new set of people should come in, because they are doing the same thing that APC and PDP are doing. And if we don't have this reformation before 2027, believe you me, they will deny us the opportunity to contest on that platform. So this is just my humble submission. Thank you, and God bless everybody. I yield back the mic.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, that's your last ending. We just go talk 2027. Anyway, it's all right. I actually was going to say I totally agree with you. If Labour Party knows what's good for them, like what if they, I don't even know, if they know what's good for them, as soon as possible, they should be talking about I don't want to. I'm not, because to be honest, I'm not very interested in like Labour Party as a party. Like I'm a registered member, but I think they should. They need to do like a congress. Now let Peter Obi get concern me for that party like this. Now let Peter Obi they make meeting. So they should just resolve this issue. They need to get new escorts, and that's like a very good solution for them at this point in time. All right, quickly, I'll go straight to. I know I'd called Comilez. Comilez, you will wait. You'll be pre-coast. Just wait first. I beg. Maybe I go to Anas. I know Anas. He has been dropping too, and I kind of glitch on Twitter. After Anas, I'll come to the comment.
My
Malam
fellow
Anas.
Yes, I'm here. My fellow Nigerians, good evening to all of you, depending on your location. What I'm going to say that many speakers have spoke their mind. Most of them I agree with what they have said already. But in the case of, I will start with in the case of terrorism, that is inviting Hamas. I don't know who invited Hamas to Nigeria, but you know, in the issue for the issue of Hamas, I think it's only the Western countries and some that declared Hamas as terrorist organization. Still, the UN, United Nations, has yet not declared Hamas as a terrorist organization. And you know, all of you can check it on your phones. Hamas has even office in South Africa. Hamas is an agitation organization. So I don't want to go put out Hamas because of we must go back to the history. I must go back to his history, and any one of us, if we have been asked to mention or list what is the cause of the problem between Hamas and Israel, and I think it can take us to days. But for the issue of the Eclair calling on the head of wife of Mr. President, that's Remi TInubu, we strongly condemn his action. And I think Nigerian authorities like DSS should go after him and should be prosecuted. He must be prosecuted with that. What I'm going to say is that he doesn't speak for all the Muslims in Nigeria, and he doesn't speak for all the Northerners in Nigeria. In terms of businesses, Tinubu attacking northern businesses, yes, quite all right. There are so much propaganda about it, and maybe on one part I will believe, and on the other hand, and maybe I will just take it as a propaganda, because that's the normal propaganda. Normally, I think every business in Nigeria now, most of the businesses are collapsing in Nigeria due to this economic and cost of living incurred by the government, but because of the Tinubu's government poor economic policies. The problem is that every tribe, every region, every ethnicity is hearing it, and now people are struggling to be put on the table. So there is hunger in the land. So I think the best thing we should think about the best way moving forward. And now many people are saying that North have been silent about protesting, or they are not saying anything about it. When it comes to protesting about the economic hardship and the cost of living in Nigeria, the problem is that North have to look about the period of erstwhile president, that is the period of former President Muhammad Buhari, when they have kept quiet. It is only now they have found their voices to come out and say that the economic policies are harder and businesses are collapsing. So the problem is that we are facing with the problems of political correctness and political morality for someone from North to come and complain. But you know, Nigeria, like someone from another speaker said that he wants to see the North appreciate and he knows it. And later stage he said that Nigeria is only working for the elite and the northern elite. I think he should not pray or something like that, because to pay the price of the sins of the others in the northern elite. This Nigeria, as you can see, for everyone, Nigeria is not working for all of us, and Nigeria is only working for the few among us. So what I'm going to say that now Nigeria economy is on trend, and because people like economic and financial technocrat that can tackle the issues of this cost of living, dollarization of the economy. So please now, what I'm going to say that is that either Nigeria will Tinubu end his tenure until 2027, or we shall move and find the solution and the way forward. And I think that politically, as Nigeria is divided, if care is not taken, I can see Tinubu finishing his 4-year tenure and up to another 4-year tenure, that is making it 8, if he know how to play his political game and political cards. I think later stage I can be call again, so that I have so many things to say.
All right, thank you very much, Malam Anas. Thank you for your submission. I got some of the points you said, and I think I agree with the point where you said because of how divided we are, it's very easy for the elites to. And I'm glad you remembered, that person's correction actually. 'Cause I was going to actually address that to say, okay, it's not generalization. There's no, so the problem is not the entire north. We have people in the north that wanted this good governance as well. So we also just the same way. Of course, maybe they were more in one particular, maybe the south and the north, and that's understandable. But we need to come together in this fight. But it gets very difficult when I think the first thing that, someone like you and a couple of the, let me say, well-meaning Northerners, Northern Nigerian people, the first fight people need to help us fight is to deal with all these riffraffs on the north that is making it very bad. Yeah. You see some of all these, what they call it, puppy, like puppy dog, or bus puppy, those cow, one cow idiot. So I feel like those guys, if we could have more voices from the north, and meanwhile for Nigeria, take down just the same way from the south. A lot of people before now there were some very useless, targeted people that used to talk on social media, and because they have started tied into the south. But now all of them are hiding. So if we can also have that uprising of the good voices of the north coming to overshadow then the riffraff, the terrorists, sympathizers, and the bigots, it would, I think, then it will become easier to say, okay, the good have identified the good, and everybody can work together. I think that's like the way forward. So, but it's very difficult if a Southerner is going against. Not very difficult. It's not. It's best if you, as a person, strive. Also, you don't type in nonsense in it. Outside, you go use outside the fire alarm. So we have that set right. I think the good voices in the north need to rise up. That's one of the best way to get to that destiny really fast. But you made a lot of points. I don't agree with some of what you said about Hamas, but I think that's fine. Quickly, I'll go straight to call me Lexi. After call me Lexi, I'll come to I'll come to Anzi. Then we'll take it from there. Call me Lexi. Go ahead. Call me. I say village people don't. Can you people hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Come. I say be Oshobo people don't call me lazy. Anyway, all right. Let me just take Anzi. After which I'll come to Mommy B. Then maybe when call me Lexi.
Well, meaning it is good, so I dey greet everybody. Emir Saddam, how body? Well, Everybody on stage, really, calling names will stop my time. But please permit me to say this in this form. Ese boy teke unen midi yo mori kobiko kison ase kobiko kesio yantang tro. That's why I go take that time. I hope they cannot hear me. Unen midi kamari kobiko kison ayak kesres. Please look for somebody to translate it for you. Because if I translate them, while I go do this life. Meanwhile, wọ́n ní ká má ṣe pé torí ọmọ Jésù ni wá, ọmọ Olúàbí ni wá, sómi ní Jésù. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn olórí burúkú tó wà láyé yìí tó wà ní Nàìjíríà tó ní pé gọ́fúmẹ̀ntì wọn. Sórí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ fẹ́ kó da fún wa kò dẹ̀ ní da fún yín náà. Àtọmọ o àti bàbá àti ìyá àtobìnrin àtọkùnrin. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn ló máa ṣe ti yín náà. Bí mo ṣe sọ yẹn, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni màá rí. Ṣé rí gbogbo ìyà tẹ́ ti kó wa sí yìí? Aya di ọ̀rọ̀ tá fẹ́rẹ̀ fún mi fò. Una mi kọ́ tẹ́ mi fi ró. Nkó ya ni kẹ́ di ọ̀nà tá fẹ́rẹ̀ fún mi fò. Because imi da kira, ira ise da fẹ́rẹ̀ di mborora. Iri keri teke ya na mi nonyen. Ibi fontro. Na di ọ̀nà fẹ́rẹ̀ fún mi. Aya di ọ̀nà fẹ́rẹ̀ fún mi fò. Ake wo ko teke yen, ayen teke. Ake to inu awure, awuman. Ibi nam no fun. Ibi nam no tempo no fun ko. Now on nam no ko throw ibi nam no fin 10 times over. I talk like that. Well, meaning, thank you. God bless everybody.
Okay. Very brilliant submission. Very. I heard all this. I heard all this. Okay. Oh, I shall know that you love me and you're supporting me, so it's no problem. Anyway, that's good. I don't know if I say that's good or that's fine. But if it's okay, I didn't hear what you said. Harry did not hear. Malam Anas, you too. I sure say you too not hear. Well, I know you mean well, so I'm going to take it. All right, quickly.
Well, meaning, I overmean the well, self. The well where I overmean.
Exactly.
Okay. He go touch everybody. That's
Anyway, thank you very much. All right, after Mr. Kolade, I'll come.
Please, can few people go before me?
All right. Okay, that's good. Otumba Dike, let's after Otumba Dike. When you are ready again, after Otumba Dike, better Nigeria, I can see you.
All right, yeah, sorry, I was trying to unmute myself again. All right, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, violencers, wherever you are speaking from. I greet everyone, Saddam, well-meaning, Tibolanle, everyone on the speaker section and everyone listening, wherever you are. I just want to go straight to Remi TInubu's death threat. That's where I want to start from. Probably I end on a prayer. I'm just calling. I have people I want to call out. The first set of people are the APC Ronu. Once Papi said something, these APC Ronu people, since they threatened Remi TInubu, what have you guys been doing? Have you guys hosted a space? What are you guys doing? The second person I want to ask a question is that Adeboye. What are you talking about this thing? Someone threatened Remi TInubu, a pastor of Redeem. What are you doing about it? Things they occur for this country. Things really they occur for this country. And it's the hypocrisy. And if we see such hypocrisy, we need to call these guys out. What are you doing? You're keeping quiet. It is not the people that you will talk about. All right? You cannot shout. The second people are talking out is the DSS. Is it to come on Twitter and be looking for people that are tweeting something so you will? What are you guys doing about it? Someone threatened an illegitimate first lady. What are you doing about it? Countries, the hypocrisy in this country is too much. It's too much. And I've been going on spaces, hearing people from the north. They are now calling for separation of the country. Imagine this one Nigeria, this country that the unity is not negotiable, just because of Tinubu is bending everybody's mouth. But of course, we told you. I remember we came up on violent space then, and I was saying Tinubu hates everyone, but my experience in Lagos, I can never forget when they did the motorcycle ban, how police they were chasing northerners up and down in Lagos. I remember then police just wear mufti, just they find person wey go just dive. Police go stop bike. As the bike won't slow down, police go just jump out. Him and him mate go jump out, grab the northerner, carry him bike, load am for truck, move. We warned everyone about this thing, but they won't listen. What they're interested in is Muslim ticket. Okay, now see how the Muslim ticket is Muslim. They have left Tinubu and Shetima, they will attack. He's not Remi TInubu. Anyway, I will not defend her, and people should come and defend her. That's not my job. Now to this Abure issue, and I think this is around up. I'm just begging obedience, especially those in Edo. Tomorrow is, I think, the Labour Party primaries. Please make sure that place and things are happening there as transparent as possible. Please, if there is anything going wrong, speak about it in real time. I don't want the one we say after everything happen, then give some one or two people money, they go come out. They hear different story, different things. It happened in Imo State. I beg, in real time, if you have any documents or whatever, any this thing, carry and give Harry how you don't come for space to the talk say make dem give am document. Be expose am. Abeg, what we need there is total transparency. Total transparency. We don't want after everything. Maybe say your brother dey PDP, your brother dey APC. You go come out, come dey gaslight us, they tell us say Labour Party do this one, do that one. Because this type of thing have been happening, on and on. So I beg, I wish the state people the best of luck. You guys have your future in your hands. Please use it wisely. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Otunba Dike. Thank you. Actually, while you were speaking, it flashed in my mind, my memory, how by this time last year, we were on, like, not exactly like today. As of this time last year, we were on spaces talking about the different loopholes in the electoral process and how, what people can do and all that. I know Otunba Dike can give you different kind of very good tips of, how you could navigate the polling units. Thank you very much. And again, remember everybody, 25th, Sunday, swear, I had forgotten. Someone had said, we need to train an hashtag. Of course, we have to train an hashtag. We have to train not one, as in fact, everything on the trending for Sunday has to be related to election, directly or indirectly, not just hashtags. So, but I was going to actually say, and I think it's kind of my mind. If you have suggestions for hashtag, put it on the comment section of this. And any hashtag like so that at the end of this probably an hashtag that is quite preferred. Of course, the default hashtag is democracy. But of course, we need to get some other hashtag. Rita, please go ahead. After which I'll try again.
All right, thank you very much. Well, meaning greetings to you. Emia Saddam, greetings from Bolanle. Everybody on the speaker section, listener section, you on YouTube, Facebook, radio station, I greet all of you. Thank you for this great opportunity. Let me start by saying this. The reason why I supported supporting people today is because of his personality. A man who has been a governor for 8 years, not one case of corruption could be traced to him. If you have anybody who has been in a position where you have lots of money and no case of corruption is found on him, do not joke with such a person. And that's the reason why anytime, any day, you carry people matter for head, back, knee, everywhere. I could, because I've been privileged to be in little positions where you have little money. The temptations are much. For Julius Abure, I won't say yes, he's a criminal right now or he's not a criminal. Until proven guilty, according to the law, he's still innocent. So PO is a man that, wow, let me just leave it there. I want to talk about this threat to Remi TInubu's life. To be very honest, I am not happy. Everyone that knows me knows that I am not happy that he's occupying a seat that we did not give her. But for somebody to be threatening her life because she's a Christian, I am seriously concerned because I am a Christian too. We need to understand that Nigeria is a secular state, but a whole lot of things has been happening, and you would just sit in your corner to like, is this really a secular state? Deborah Samuel was killed in the name of blasphemy, and till date, some other persons have been killed too. It's not all of them that we hear about. And now this man made it bold to put it on a TV, as in record himself, even when he knows it's going to go viral. He said it thinking that nothing will happen. That, as a Christian, you should be afraid. You should be scared of your life as a Christian living in Nigeria or wherever in the world that you are living in. We need to call this guy out. We need to like shout it to the rooftop. We just need to do everything to make sure that this guy is brought to book. Because we can't just be hearing things like this and sweeping it under the carpet. Yes, we don't want Remi TInubu to be there. And even if they like that you kill her, it's not my business. It is your business. I can't imagine myself killing a Muslim as a Christian. I can't. If I can do it, then a fellow Muslim should not be thinking of doing that to me. So, like, seriously, I don't know why the so-called that the Jews are not talking about this, but please, let's keep dragging them. Let's keep calling them out. Personally, I'm a Christian. Women, I see him. I'm a Christian, so I will continue to drag them. You as a northerner that knows that killing is not in your Quran. Your prophet did not tell you to kill whoever that blasphemy against him. Drag these people. Let them know that what they're doing is wrong. Nigeria belongs to everybody. In the words of Mama Aisha, no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any other Nigerian. So if you can say that the person occupying the first lady's position, though illegally, should be killed, that means it was I and my family, everyone that's a Christian, should be killed because we are Nigerians and that we're not Muslims. And that has to stop. So thank you for everyone that have spoken about this. And please, let's keep speaking about it because it is very, very, very important. If we must move on in this country, this is very important. So thank you very much. I know we've talked about 25th, but please, no emphasis will be enough. According to Saddam, if you want naked on 25th, naked for Yakub Mahmoud head. For the sake of everyone that is suffering, for those children that cannot eat right now before going to bed, for every soul that was lost on 25th February 2023, you will curse that man, and that curse will affect him because the agreement that we wanted to. I give my mind. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Rita. Thank you very much. Hashtag, even me, after talking of things, hashtag, God comes from me. Me, I believe that one. Any hashtag, I got I will put down for himself. But I mean, someone just said, hashtag death on Nigeria democracy. So I told them, put it on the comment section. You don't send it to my DM alone, but put it on the comment section and so people can start to see it and probably like it. And me, in fact, me, I want to do my own myself. Hashtag RIP Nigeria democracy. I think that's short and actually makes a lot of sense. But anyway, anyone wanna finally use me, I must add my own God punish sacrosanct. All right, quickly, I'll just go straight to call me like, are you there now? Okay, if call me legs is not there, I'm gonna go to Better Nigeria. Better Nigeria, please go ahead. After Better Nigeria, uh, um, ensure that your hand is up. Flag where I can see your hand is up. I know Mr. Koladi said it's busy, so I'm hoping that before we round up, you raise his hand. So I don't know if Flag is doing there at all. Better Nigeria, go ahead.
Hi, thanks so much. I greet everyone in the house. I recognize everyone. And let me just start with the Nombu attack and the northern bit. I will say shame on DSS, shame on Professor Gbajue, shame on all the religious leaders, especially our Christian religious leaders. Shame on them all. Traditional leaders, shame on them. Though it's not that only yes. So I will not say because it's an illegitimate person that is there. Should not wish death on somebody, no. But that is a threat. And why do I say shame on them? Assuming is someone that came up to say, yes, Tinubu is not my president. You will see DSS, you see all of them, even police, Omoye and all of them. You see them and Muyiwa, you see them coming up and say, oh, yeah, they can track you, they can do this. But this is what has happened. Not even a single one of them has made a statement. Having said that, it's a shame on Channels TV and Shell for even allowing their channels, their TV to be used by a renowned terrorist. This is very bad. And we have to be very, very, I believe we also the video, the voice note of Nelson, what that guy was saying. We should all guard up, just like Mr. Albert always says, guard up, because it's going to be a long journey. On Abure case, corruption is not allowed. I stand with you that whatsoever in carrying out anything, justice is, justice must prevail, and in carrying out justice, there are process that you must follow. For them, manhandling him that way is very, very wrong. For the allegations upon him, let him come out and clear himself and let the rule of law take its place. And for the uh, other ones, like even the economy and everything, let's keep doing what we can do, calling out the government the way we can, and let's know that these governments they are not for us, they are just for their pockets. And the more we call them out, the more we make it difficult for them to continue. I wish us all the best.
All right. Thank you very much, Better Nigeria. Thank you for that calm. Is there somebody say hashtag Mamuja? So I don't finish person. But whatever you see trending on Sunday, jump on it. Whatever you see. I'll go to mass therapy after we stay strong.
Good evening, well-meaning. Good evening, Master. Good evening, everyone on the space. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. So I'll just go right to the topic. Attacks on certain businesses. Well, what I have seen with APC government is just excuses. They blame everybody but themselves. Oh, we have saboteurs that are trying to make Nigeria ungovernable. Or it is the people that are hoarding food. Or people
crisis will close down their supermarkets, or it is the Bureau detained people will go to them. Excuses is excuses. And while I was growing up, I was raised with something about excuses. We were always meant to, recite it. And it says excuses is the monument of nothingness. It is the tools of the incompetent, and those that use it are not wise. So this government is just been all about excuses. You monument of nothingness, very incompetent. That's why they're using excuses, and they are not wise. They're clearly clueless. you know. So that's all I can say, because I don't know why you're going after everybody, know, you're everybody but yourself. You're clearly clueless. And then APC and terrorism. We all know now, APC and terrorism, they're like five and six, like beans and rice. In fact, you can mix the beans, you can eat the rice with the beans together. Just put it together. I don't, just like what one minister said, I don't agree with what Malam said about Hamas. You know, I don't agree with it, because if two people are in a war and you have one person coming in, you receive them, you're giving them, platform for interviews. How do you want the other party to feel? How, especially not for Israel, because when they want to come in here, they're not going to ask questions. You know, then down to Abure, well, whatever I know about Labour Party, I always say it's not from whatever the led faction are doing in Labour Party, whatever they're using their suits to do in Labour Party. Whatever I know about Labour Party is what I experienced. I worked closely with them in River State, in Imo State. So it's whatever I know about what I know about them is not from propaganda, is not from what someone put up on X, Gideon put up on X, or it is what I experienced first. It's my experience, it's what I know. I didn't hear from anybody else. And for me, Labour Party is not obedient movement. Obedient movement is a movement. Labour Party is what the vehicle we use. So if we have to stand for what's not right, we should also stand for it, Labour Party. So Abure has questions to answer. He should proper investigations to go. And well-meaning, please remember what I told you during Imo LP primary. Edo people, open your eyes. So I've tweeted about it. Open your eyes. So these primaries, let it be free, fair, and credible, because we know what went down in Imo State. Please. Thank you. I
All
yield.
right. All right. Thank you very much, Thomas Therapy. Thank you very much. Me, I didn't know is happening for me. I can't who I am, but I was anybody. Anyway, thank you very much, Thomas Therapy. We'll go straight to Mr. Strong. And after Mr. Strong, hopefully, Colade will be ready to speak by that time. Um, then we'll go from there. AK Priest, I can't see you, so I'm thinking maybe you're not there. Mr. Strong, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well-meaning, thank you, Amy. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I greet everybody. Just to add a little bit of my voice to, the conversation. First of all, talking about what's going on, how Tinubu is attacking northern businesses. I for one look at it from another perspective, that what Tinubu is doing is revealing how empty, how that the northern elites are really empty barrels. I am happy it's exposing how empty those northern elites. Like someone has said, if it was someone like Peter Obi that is going against their business today, I know they will even do much more than attacking Peter Obi, but anybody that comes from his own. I understand that one. So what is going on is that the northern elites have always, given us this air of they can do anything and nobody can dare them. But I'm happy that this illegitimate president is proving them wrong and showing us that they're as empty as they sound. I remember one professor, Yusuf, coming on Rise interview and threatening, and Tinubu sent his man to tell them point blank that you guys are noisemakers. And I'm very careful to, speak about the northern elites because I know that there are good Nigerians in the north who wants Nigeria to succeed as much as every other Nigerian. That will be for now. That for now. For APC and terrorism, man, I don't think we still need to be talking about this. Just to remind ourselves, APC from day one has always rode on terrorism. Take your mind 2014, back to 2014. How did APC come to power? APC was unleashing terror all across Nigeria until they won the election. That tells you who APC is. And for the Hamas guy to visit his colleagues in Nigeria, I don't see anything that should be surprising to anybody. And you can't make the argument that Hamas is not a terrorist organization. I mean, let's look at it. When you have all these, problems between Hamas and Israel, what happens? You see Hamas use their children and their women as human shields. Who does that? Who does that? Except a man that has no value for human life. For the land that you are fighting for, the so-called Palestine you're fighting for, you're using people just to make those sacrifices so that you come to CNN and show us that, Israel is murdering your children, but no, that you are the one that are using them as human shields. I mean, that is very clear. And finally, I hear you, sir. Finally, on Abure, I want to, I've been talking about this and encouraging obedience. We have a responsibility to define how the party that we have associated ourselves with should run. And we are doing a good job calling out anything that we think is not going the right way. But I want to also tell us that we must have the method, how would I want to put it? Be very cautious how we go about it. There has been arguments back and forth. Are we leaving LP and are we, staying in LP? The point is that I think that to a large extent we should watch the body movement of our leader PO and know how to go about it. Let us not out of zeal, kind of begin to kind of put what will I call it, stumbling block to the little efforts LP is making, especially when there are elections like we have in Edo. I think it is a time we'll be cautious and slow down on any actions we are taking so that we don't end up being a stumbling block to our efforts. That's what I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sean. Totally agree with you. The way better. Totally agree with you. We are doing the right thing. Just need to apply caution. Because if there's one thing that we have in common with APC will also want more party to die. So let's not be the one to help them with where caution comes in. Mr. Koladi, I'll come to you now after which and
Thank you so much, my brother. Saddam, I greet you. Mommy Polanle, thank you, ma. I greet everybody out there. GMSC, I greet everyone out there. Okay, for me, Remi TInubu, well, he who dies with the devil. Well, don't let me even go there. Well, condemnable anyways, but they control the security operatives. So if they cannot do what whoever is in power is supposed to do, then that's their own cup of tea. We shouldn't be the one. Shouldn't be the one like telling them to do what they are supposed to do. If they can't do the right thing, then just live with that. As far as I'm concerned. Okay, so let me just go straight to Labour Party, no Labour Party. For me, less Abure or no Abure, allegation or no allegation. I think this just points to one thing. It just points towards that obedience. It is high time we begin to look at things closely. It is high time we begin to remove sentiment out of things and face things the way they are. I usually say this. If this is just how many months and they are having this internal crisis. This is not an outsider coming to fight an insider. This is the person in charge of finance fighting the scammer, and you get to things like that. We are not in for all this, and that is what maybe that needs to understand. They cannot put themselves in order to do that. Then they should not use their own tools to affect us as obedience or use their own inefficiency to like rub on us as obedience. We have intelligence as in professional in our midst, and we will not allow anything short than what is the standard, what is norm. That is what they need to get. I mean, they can't do that. There's no way. Look, that's a map way. That is what we used to see in Yoruba land. There's no time you will not die. You will not die by transmitting very well. So we need to understand this. And we need to like deal with things heads on. If we are doing this at this stage, just imagine what can come up tomorrow. Imagine we have to like be fighting all through. We are supposed to be using our time and resources to do other things. I think we need to look close there. We need to look close. And those of us who are close to our principal, carefully developing our options. The man has said this several times that talk to me, advise me, let me know where I'm going wrong. Able to give our options and let him advise us. Then we all will be on the same page. Because people keep saying that, oh, our principal has not said this. Yes, our principal has not said it. That is why so many of us are still like looking. There's a lot to what people can take. There's a lot to what people can take. Everybody wants a Spain on their women. So we need to be very careful here. And you, thank you.
all right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that information. All right, quickly, let's start with take a quick 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to talk about Abure. This Abure issue. Abure issue is, to be sincere, in the right time in Nigeria, if you want to compare the corruption index, is everywhere. So the truth is that we are in a country whereby everybody is suspicious, apart from the people we kind of trust. So, and we cannot say that Abure is not 100%, but to be fair, he gave us a vehicle which we would on, and it was helpful one way or the other. And once you follow PO, PO is not talking about the corruption. PO is talking about building a system in place whereby it will even be difficult for you to be, you as a corporate, even working with him, it will be difficult for you to steal because there's a system in place. Why Nigeria is called? Because there's no system in place. For instance, in most of the best leadership company that we work right now, they all report because there's a system in place to monitor, to checkmate you. You cannot stay except you want to lose your job. But right in Nigeria, we don't have the system in place to control. So if any of them that follow people well, they can work with anybody, be it corrupt or anything. But once is going to power, you build a system whereby there will be checkmates. There'll be one level checkmate, two level checkmate. So it will be very difficult for us. But at the same time, we we have to be careful the way we program. We don't actually we allow our emotion get the best of us, get the best of us. This man surprised the result doing PO. The time that the man went to approve it was because of PO. And also again, being arrested by Aslam. Because Aslam worked with APC. Aslam worked with APC. The former it's good though. The truth is that to be sincere, there are some things that we just have to like manage it. Manage it. For instance, most of you are saying form a new party, form a new party. You know, most of you they give you power. Then so some of you, that's what we now see your true color. So the truth is that we should just be guided the way we do things. And regarding the last one, regarding the truth is, I don't care about mass and this thing because two ones can't make a right. Two ones can't make a right. That's what I don't care about. Israel is at fault, Hamas is at fault. So we're coming to APC right on time is organization. So I don't really give a fuck about that. Right for the last one, Tinubu, the truth is that the presidency himself, they are scared to take certain decisions because they know right now anything can happen. They know, they know. Because the nation is at a big issue there. If we survive the next 4 years as a nation, it's a miracle because
All right.
everybody out. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, AK Priest. Vocal voice. All right. Mom, I see you as well, so just come to you then. Mumbi, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to say again. I know Saddam mentioned it at the start of the space. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. Nigerian time, rather. Um, we will having Nadeko will be having a space. It'll be hosted by Jimmy, our one of co-hosts. And they've the way they have a theme, and it is about bringing to the table what Nadeko can do to help us liberate Nigeria. And they've said it's first, they are not celebrating, but they're bringing to mind the 1 year since state capture, because that's exactly what we're in at the moment. I mean, one of the fundamental things that they want to achieve, or this space, the subsequent spaces, is for us to understand that yes, whilst they were very much instrumental during um, the 90s with Abacha, and I'm trying to restart democracy in Nigeria. But this is about them bringing that same messaging to the younger generation, getting the younger generation to come and take part in what they are trying to achieve. I mean, most of them, I mean, Dr. Lloyd is in his 70s. They need fresh blood, and their pro-democracy stance aligns with that of us in the obedient movement. So please join us tomorrow to hear what they have to say, and contribute to that conversation. Um, yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mumbi. I think it's not Jumbotron. That's the jump. So, guys, that's a fire. If you go to Jimmy's timeline, I think Jimmy's timeline, even on my timeline, I'll schedule this place as well. You'll see the schedule of this. If you can't find it, it's fine. 5 o'clock tomorrow. Be on Twitter. Go to Mommy B, Jimmy's timeline, and you see the place you're in, and you can join. So please remember that, and also remember Sunday. I don't think I need to so much. Any way you think you want to express that remembrance, hashtag RIP democracy, hashtag God punish Mahmoud Yakubu, you know, sure you participate in it. we need to let the world know again that we never voted for the current criminal in power. So that's something to do. So thanks everybody for coming. My apologies to those that we couldn't take. Of course, it's very everybody every time. Apologies. So we'll be here again. I think next week Tuesday. Hopefully, but before next Tuesday, tomorrow there's a deco space. Like I said, on Sunday, one is most likely going to host the space. Let's look forward to that, and hopefully we have a great weekend. Oh, we have a great country. I don't think we ever had one, so not again. All right, Saddam, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you, guys. Guys, and we've come to the end of on that space. Thank you to all the contributors, all those that could not contribute. Sorry, please. It's just that we always say these spaces we have tried to make sure we put the time to them so that we can also get on with life and other programs. We'll be back here on Tuesday. As we have been saying for a very long period of time, Nigerian matter not a finish. If you decide to talk about Nigerian matter today, you come back on Tuesday and you get the chance to go on Nigerian matter. By Tuesday, from now till Monday, something will happen. It's Nigeria. It's like something new will happen. There will be more to discuss about. It's not easy. I can guarantee there will be more blunders. There will be more stealing. There will be more anger. There will be more. It's unfortunate truth. But that's what I found ourselves because we are ruled by criminals that don't understand basics of leadership. It's unfortunate, but that's our reality right now. So, guys, thank you very much. All our audiences, I appreciate every single one of you. Those that could not speak, please do not take it to heart. We can't just bring everybody to speak today. On Tuesday will be your turn. Thank you so much, Roman and John, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I see you on Tuesday, my brother. Please, on Tuesday, we'll be back here again. Katuku, Omega XD, Nello, Anka Dede. I see you down there. Correct. And thank you very much, Njenje. Guys, our spaces are always being streamed also on Njenje YouTube channel. You can always reach out there. Thank you to all of you listening to us from our Facebook Violence Peace channel, from our Violence Peace radio station, from the Violence Peace YouTube channel. We have done all our best to make sure that we bring all major streaming platforms on board to make sure this conversation goes as far and wide as possible. We'll be back on Tuesday. Thank you, Mama Wakiri. Thank you, Omega XD. Nello, I see you. Gospel for Nigeria, Polonium, God will, after God will. God will go for, okay. Dr. Mrs. Mary White, Naira Exchange, Mr. Gabriel, Obina, Oluwadaminari, my brother, thank you so much. God College, the real Omezia, P. Rookies in the gold. Ure, it's good to have you back on the platform, Dr. Olu. I did don't care. I don't care. Don't put that day for in front of your name. Good to have you here. Ayo Mistake, Gladys, Mr. Strong, Adikwe, Incoming Virus, Mind Games, the first son, D, Fed, Semo, happy birthday, Naria Semo, DK, Real Jack, Amoda, Reform, Democrat, Bombastic, Mike, Seyon, Hyundai, my sister, good to have you here, Emmanuel Ajali, Pastor Jacob, Ken Fwang, Ikenna, good evening, sir, Mr. People, Mugzi, Big Sir, well, Balakti, Pelumi, I see you guys. I can't call all the names, guys, but thank you so much to every single of you from the bottom of my heart here. It is all love and light to all of our listeners. We'll be back here, hopefully, God willing. Same station, same time on Tuesday next week. As always, say we do this for God and for country and for our family. Good night. Have a great weekend ahead and stay blessed.